Okay, I've shared on this before, but I have a new theory or a new perspective on it because a cute little TikToker shared on it this morning. Okay, so what if from the very beginning of time it was all to create separation, division, and illusions? Well, it was, but I mean from the beginning of time. So go back to the story of Adam and Eve. What is the first thing that is coming up? Division. It's dividing the feminine and the masculine, not like within, so it can't be mastered externally. Once those things are mastered externally and like two actual powerhouses come together, it's over for the matrix. Okay, so women, or the feminine, no, we're not even talking about men and women, we're talking about energy. So everybody has both of these energies coursing through their veins, okay? You have divine masculine, you have divine feminine. They are within the vessel and they come into a balance to represent self and source, okay? So the feminine represents love and compassion and spirituality and stuff like that. That's that root of what you feel inside self is your balance of feminine energy. And then the masculine energy is stability and reason and leadership and all that, and that comes into balance within the vessel. So then you have that one fully balanced vessel, right? So the illusion of it being one solid blame of a man or a woman who ate the apple, and you can look at that in so many different ways, and I'll tell you about that too, was to cause division between the balance of feminine and masculinity within self, to form an imbalance and a division within the matrix and the 3D world, to cause distrust, to cause more separation and more division, to make it so that man and woman, fully healed vessels of man and woman, don't come into fruition, which means they cannot heal fully within self. In order to heal fully within self, there can be no blame on one sex or the other. A man didn't ruin your life, a woman didn't ruin your life, okay? You were offered lessons through ascension from source to grow. So like all of you guys talking about these like honeypots and all this other stuff, like we have them too. But they in our reality they come as men. They represent as a masculine counterpart or figure or something in our reality. So we also are dealing with this because we are all one and we are all interconnected, and it's to bring you into balance of the feminine and masculine within. You have to trust your feminine nature within your masculine vessel in order to trust feminine nature outside of the masculine vessel. So basically what you're doing is you're bringing yourself back, your vessel back to truth, back to self, which is complete balance of feminine and masculine, which means there is no blame, there is no separation, it is one. So both of those vessels are one vessel, and they're talking about energies. So it was the curiosity of the energy of the feminine, the spiritual, the love, the compassion one, that side of your energy, not woman, not man, you. The curiosity of wanting to know truth, wanting to uncover spirituality, realizing that they might be trapped within a matrix and having a matrix god like control and feed off them in this illusionary heaven state, okay? But it wasn't real, and there was no depth to it, there was no experience to it, it was just an existence. So in order to know more, to know self, to know God within, to feel God within, to know that, you have to have the spiritual pull, the reason to eat the apple. And you have your reason side. Your reason side is reasoning, is this good, is this bad, is this against this structure, this stability that we are in. It defies the stability that we're standing in, so let me question it first, but then let me eat the apple, because my spirituality, my feminine energy is leading me towards my truth, towards wanting to discover who I am and who I am within self, and break this illusionary matrix and this false matrix God that is telling me, controlling me, and giving me all these rules and these laws to follow within my vessel to keep me shrunken down, so I never experience or discover God within, or my true authentic nature, or the power that I hold. That matrix God wouldn't want you to discover that, because it would collapse this illusionary heaven system that it was building to truly feed off of human ignorance. Okay? So the apple represents breaking the matrix and seeing the truth within that singular vessel. Now that vessel comes into complete higher self activation, and now they have a reflection of both masculine and feminine energy, though they're going to predominantly move in whichever energy of the sex that they came into in this physical reality. And it doesn't matter, you're one whole soul of feminine and masculine energy. Like, there's no separation within, there's no separation without. Your distrust in women is false matrix lies. Women have been scapegoated in reality from the very beginning of time and blamed for everything from the beginning of time. Blamed for the apple, blamed for ruining this, blamed for ruining that. Women are this, women are that, because women represent the spiritual pull, and they don't want you to have the spiritual pull. Therefore, they don't want you to trust women. Therefore, they don't want you to trust your feminine energy, which represents your perfect match. Once that is healed within you, the reflection of that nature will pop up into your reality and be like, hey, howdy doody. But the conditioning and the false illusion of separation has got you not trusting women or not trusting men, because your experience here was in a vessel represented by that energy, though that energy was just moving in an off-balance state. It doesn't matter what their vessel looked like here. Everyone is a complete and full balance of feminine and masculinity. So to be blaming women and scapegoating women in society, or blaming women for this and that, is separation and division and lack of knowledge of self. So the illusionary separation of man and woman is false. It's not real. They are one with you, and when you come into your highest version of self, that feminine energy mastered from self will reflect perfectly in your outer world and will show up exactly as you feel and see within, to express love and experience true love with you in this reality. So it's a blessing to be able to bring another balanced vessel into your reality and merge with your vessel to create love and to create connections. Anything less than that is an illusion. There is no separation of man and woman. There is no separation of man and woman. You cannot blame man. You cannot blame woman. We are all one. We are both. We are interconnected. And when healed, that healed version of self will show up in your reality. And that healed version of self is always going to keep pushing self to grow higher within self and continue on the journey of self, because there's always more to unlock and there's always more to discover. Okay? So stop being afraid of love, because that's an illusion that they want you to have. That's the matrix. Smash the matrix. Stop running off fear. God is love. God is truth. God is oneness. You're punishing yourself and you're moving off fear, and you're not allowing love into your reality because you're not allowing love to fully come into self. There's still a lack of trust and a lack of not trusting your own discernment and your own intuition. I love you.